Hi students, how are you? I hope each one among you are doing good and well. Welcome to Subnet's classes. This is Rahmat Latif and today we are going to learn few more topics of reproduction in organisms. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So today our topic is basically asexual reproduction. What basically asexual reproduction is, as I said in earlier lecture, that asexual reproduction simply means when single parent is involved. Okay, single parent is involved. And since single parent is involved here, so asexual reproduction gives birth to young ones which are similar to themselves. Young ones, or we can say offsprings, they are similar to their parents, be that genetically or morphologically. Thus, we use the term clones for such organisms. We use term clones for such organisms. Clones simply means the organisms which are similar to their parents, be that genetically or morphologically. I hope this concept is clear. Okay. Moreover, asexual reproduction is common among single-celled organisms. Please make a note here. Asexual reproduction is common among single-celled organisms. Moreover, it is common among organisms that have simplest organization. Like if I will talk about human beings or animals or complex plants, they never undergo asexual reproduction because we are complex organisms, and inside us only sexual reproduction took place. Okay, so asexual reproduction doesn't take place inside complex organisms. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. We will see the theory. Asexual reproduction, single individual, as I said, single individual is involved in asexual reproduction. That's why due to this asexual reproduction, the organisms produced are clones, and I already mentioned clones simply means organisms which are morphologically and genetically similar to their parents. Okay, and asexual reproduction is common among single-celled organisms and in plants and animals with relatively simple organization. For asexual reproduction, we have three criteria. Okay, first one is organism should be single-celled. Okay, second one, those plants and those animals which are basically having relatively simple organization. I hope this concept is clear. Moving towards our next. Now we will see modes through which asexual reproduction took place. First one is cell division. Cell division mainly took place between protists and moneras. Please remember these examples as they are really very important as per the perspective of board examination or competitive examination, be it Neet or any other competitive examination state level. Okay, we will see how does this cell division took place. Say for example, this is protists, okay, and this is moneras. This protista will undergo cell division. Okay, division will took place like this, and this monera will also undergo cell division. Say for example, this is protista, this is monera. Okay, this protista will, after cell division, it will get convert into two. Okay, I mean it will give rise to two offspring. Similarly, this monera will give rise to two offsprings. Okay, 1 and 2. Further, these two will give rise to 4, then 8, then 16, then 32. Similarly will happen in Monera, okay. This means the mode of reproduction here is simply cell division. I hope this concept is clear what cell division is, and this cell division took place in protists and moneras, okay. Moving towards binary fission, please I just request you to know the difference between cell division and binary fission. Binary fission means exactly two equal halves. In cell division, halves may be 70-30 or 60-40 or anything, but in binary fission there are two equal halves, and binary fission took place in amoeba and paramecium, okay. Binary fission, what binary fission is actually, binary fission simply means where a cell divides into two equal halves, okay. I will erase this. As I already said and I am saying again, please make notes regularly, okay. Binary fission, it's a type of asexual reproduction, okay. And what happens in binary fission? Two equal halves are produced. Two equal halves, okay. It took place in amoeba and paramecium, okay, like two equal halves. बिल्कुल होता है दो equal halves, two equal halves, okay. We are done with binary fission. Now please remember, it's this binary fission in amoeba and paramecium took place under favorable condition, but we have one exception, that is in amoeba. In amoeba, under unfavorable condition, amoeba does what? It's amoeba, say for example, under unfavorable condition, okay, its favorable conditions are not present. Had there been favorable conditions, now it had been gone through binary fission. Since there are no favorable conditions present, it just secretes its pseudopodia covering, okay. It just secretes out pseudopodia. I mean, it secretes three layers around itself. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. It secretes 3 covering, okay, around itself, which is known as encystation, okay. It is surrounded by cyst, okay, these 3 coverings. This we call as encystation, okay. This we call as encystation, and inside this cyst, amoeba doesn't undergo binary fission, it undergoes multiple fission, okay. Many fission, multiple means many times. It starts breaking into so many pieces, that we call as multiple fission, okay. So many division took place inside it. Not only 2 offsprings would be produced, we will get so many offsprings, okay. Multiple fission is taking place, and it results in, after multiple fission, it results in minute amoeba or pseudopodiospores. I hope this concept is clear. And what happens once the favorable conditions comes again, this encysted amoeba, what it does basically, it just bursts out, okay. And these spores, pseudopodiospores or minute amoeba, are spread around itself, okay, in the environment, and this phenomenon is known as sporulation, okay. Under unfavorable condition, amoeba undergoes multiple fission. It just secretes three-layered hard covering or cyst around itself, which is known as encystation. And when favorable condition return, what does amoeba do? It just simply, those minute amoeba or pseudopodiospores which are formed by multiple fission, they just secrete these out, okay, outside their body, in the environment, and that is known as sporulation. I hope this concept is clear. Next one is budding. What budding means? Budding took place in yeast, okay. Say for example this is yeast, and what happens to this? A small bud is produced like this. It's small bud, okay, which initially it remains attached to parent cell. This is parent cell. Initially bud remains attached to the parent cell, but eventually this bud gets separate out like this. It gets separate off and grows into a new organism, or we can say yeast cell, okay. This is budding. I hope this budding is clear. Budding occurs in yeast and the division is unequal, as you can see. As you can see in budding, this bud is not exactly of the size of its parent cell. It's smaller than parent cell. That's why we can say that this division is unequal, okay. This division is unequal and small buds are produced that remain attached initially to the parent cell, which eventually gets separate and mature into new yeast organism cells, okay, as I show you here, that this bud then get detached from the parent cell and it grows into a new organism, yeast. This was all about budding. Now we will see, many members of kingdom fungi and simple plants like algae, they reproduce through special asexual reproductive structures, okay. Fungi or simple plants like algae, they reproduce through special asexual reproductive structures, okay, and these structures may be zoospores, which are actually motile, okay. That means it shows mobility, it can move from here to there, okay. These asexual structures consist zoospores that usually are, obviously they are spores, they are very tiny structures, so they are microscopic, but they are motile structure, they can show mobility. Motile means one who shows mobility, can move from here to there, okay. And we have other common asexual reproductive structures like conidia, which is present in penicillium, buds in hydra. Buds we also saw in yeast, right. Buds are also present in hydra and gemmules are present in sponge. Please remember that these plants, simple plants or kingdom fungi, they can reproduce through special asexual reproductive structures, and the structures are zoospores. Zoospores are microscopic motile structure. Other common asexual reproductive structures we have conidia, penicillium, buds in hydra, gemmules in sponge, okay. And this we call as basically reproduction through special reproductive structures, okay. And I said special reproductive structures are zoospores and other like these. Here are mentioned these other asexual reproductive structures: conidia in penicillium, buds in hydra, gemmules in sponge. Now we will see vegetative reproduction. What vegetative reproduction is? Vegetative reproduction, we don't use in plants. In plants, we don't use term asexual reproduction. No, in plants we use the term vegetative reproduction instead of asexual reproduction. Okay. Now please remember that in plants we have units of propagation, units of vegetative propagation such as runner, rhizome, sucker, tuber, offset, bulb. And each of these structures are able, they have this capability to give rise to new offspring, okay, to give rise to new organism. Like runner is present in grasses, okay. Bulb are present in garlic and onion. We will discuss all of them in our upcoming sessions, but please remember these two examples. Runner is present in grasses and bulbs are present in garlic and onion, okay. And these structures through which new organisms are, new organisms arise, these structures are known as vegetative propagules. Please don't get confused. Vegetative propagules are present in vegetative reproduction, and vegetative propagules are the structures which basically through which new organisms or new plantlets arises, okay. And the example of vegetative propagules, we have runner, rhizome, sucker, tuber, offset, bulb, etc. Okay. This was about vegetative reproduction. Now we will see fragmentation. What fragmentation basically is? Fragmentation simply means if any organism, this is an organism, okay, we will just break this organism in so many pieces, and each and every piece will give rise to new offspring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 5 offsprings can be arised here. You might have seen earthworms. If we try to hit them, earthworms, if they will get get into pieces now, if they will be broken into pieces, what would happen? Each and every piece of earthworm will give rise to new earthworm, okay, new offspring. See, fragmentation simply means if the body breaks into distinct pieces, fragments, and each and every fragment is capable of producing offspring. We have example here, hydra. You also saw in some hydra budding took place, right? That means hydra can undergo both budding and fragmentation, okay. I gave you one more example of earthworm. Fragmentation also took place in earthworm. This is also mode of asexual reproduction, and this type of asexual reproduction is known as fragmentation, in which any piece of body breaks and gets if any body piece gets breaked, new organism or new offspring can be arised from that part. I hope this concept is clear of fragmentation, okay. Moreover, inside our body, liver has the property, liver can regenerate. It shows regeneration, okay, regeneration. That's because of fragmentation. Because if somebody has undergone liver, if somebody has gone under any disease of liver, that liver can regenerate its part, okay. That liver can regenerate its part. So we can say fragmentation in human body, fragmentation occurs in liver, okay, we can say, because liver has the property of regeneration. If because any disease, if because of any disease liver undergone if any disease will occur in liver, now liver has the property to regenerate its other part, okay, degenerative part. Is this clear? I hope this concept of this part of reproduction in organisms is clear. We just deal with asexual reproduction and modes of asexual reproduction. I'll meet you in any other session of this chapter. Till then, goodbye, take care. Thank you.